So as we patiently wait to see what the Cardinal front office will do this winter, let's go ahead and speculate about the possible outcomes this offseason.
Do you know the way? Know the way? Know the way? Know the way? Know the way?
This video is going to focus primarily on in-house options the Cardinals have. I will go more in depth on free agents and trade possibilities in the future to prevent this video from becoming too long. I'm going to begin with starting pitching because this is arguably the most stable part of the team. The first thing the Cardinals were able to figure out was whether or not Adam Wainwright would be staying with St. Louis. They have agreed to a one-year deal, and we can expect that they will allow him to compete for a spot in the starting rotation. The main issue with the Cardinals starting pitching is that there are 11 guys competing for 5 spots. And that's not taking into consideration that Carlos Martinez, Miles Michaelis, Michael Wacha, and Jack Flaherty have all but cemented themselves in spots 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's really 7 guys competing for the number 5 spot. And of those 7, Adam Wainwright and Alex Reyes have the best advantage of securing it. This is probably one of the best problems a team can have. They basically have a second string starting rotation that will provide tons of depth, extra support in the bullpen if needed, and potential trade fodder. Moving on to the bullpen, so far the only move that has been made was allowing Matt Bowman to be picked up by the Cincinnati Reds on waivers. If they decide not to trade or make any big signings, Jordan Hicks may be ready to take over the closing position. I know this is wishful thinking, but being a 21-year-old rookie that skipped both double and triple A to become the team's 8th inning guy shows he can handle immense amounts of pressure, and he's even closed out a few games already. If Dominic Leone and Luke Gregerson can spend at least half this coming season off of the disabled list, the Cardinals might have some security in the 7th and 8th inning. Gregerson is an established veteran reliever and has even been a closer in the past, and Leone was on fire with Toronto in 2017 and wasn't that bad with St. Louis in the few times we got to see him. Mike Myers could be a key piece to this bullpen if he could find a way to avoid giving up the long ball this season. And I don't have anything to say about John Brebbia that hasn't already been said. This guy needs to be on the opening day roster. And I know it isn't just me that hopes Brett Cecil can get over whatever mental roadblock is stopping him from being the all-star lefty he used to be. I mean, we saw a glimpse here and there last year, which is an improvement over 2017, but it's still not worth the contract that he signed to. The second lefty in the pen, Chasen Shreve, came over from the Yankees last season and was not what we saw in New York. I think starting this season in St. Louis will allow him to be more comfortable rather than being thrown into a new environment by surprise. If John Gant and Luke Weaver don't make the starting rotation out of spring training, both of them could definitely serve as spot starters. Weaver struggled last year as a starter and kind of turned things around as a reliever, and Gant performed long relief duties considerably well. Adam Wainwright also could fill that role if he doesn't make the starting rotation. However, I think he would end up pitching at the back end of games. And if the Cardinals don't make any real additions to their bullpen, I won't be too disappointed. I have a lot of faith in the guys that don't make the starting rotation to fill any of the team's needs. Behind the plate, Yadier Molina is still going to be the starting catcher next year. He's coming off an all-star season, earning his 9th Gold Glove, and he hit 20 home runs. And he accomplished all of this while missing an entire month because he had to have surgery. And the Cardinals will need to either sign a backup catcher or make this the year Carson Kelly becomes a regular part of the roster. I know it's not an attractive idea for him to only play 30 games per year as a 24-year-old, but I feel like they should make the decision soon, whether he's part of the team or getting traded. The infield holds quite a few possibilities. So far, the only move made was allowing Greg Garcia to get picked up by San Diego off of waivers. This was most likely just to free up some room on the 40-man roster. But right out the gate, Colton Wong will be the starting second baseman, and Paul DeJong will be the starting shortstop of 2019. At first base, we will probably see Matt Carpenter every day. As much as I love to imagine Jose Martinez showing up to spring training with the footwork to play first base, this is probably going to be Carpenter's spot. The starting third baseman to me is a toss-up. Jairo Munoz showed great defense and a strong arm despite limited range in the middle infield positions, which wouldn't be that much of an issue at third base. And as an everyday player, he showed that he can hit consistently. The only issue is that we've only seen him for one season. Jed Jerko, on the other hand, has shown some good defense from third and a lot of power in his swing. He hits well off the bench, but it seems like whenever he becomes an everyday player, his batting average just plummets. If Jed Jerko fails to become the starting third baseman for this team, he will more than likely be traded because nobody wants to spend over $10 million on a utility infielder. Patrick Wisdom and Edmundo Sosa should provide some good depth in the infield, which suffered from quite a few injuries last year. And in the outfield, Harrison Bader is the starting center fielder, and Marcell Ozuna is the starting left fielder. Out in right field, their options are to start Dexter Fowler, Jose Martinez, or Tyler O'Neill. Dexter Fowler is coming off the worst season of his career, but could bounce back to being the solid defender and contact hitter that we know he is. Jose Martinez isn't terrible defensively, but he's not great either. And he was the most consistent bat in the Cardinal lineup all of last year. And Tyler O'Neill can hit for some serious power, and he can make some tough plays in the outfield, but he strikes out a lot. Somewhere around 40% of the time. But even though there can only be one right fielder, there's room in the lineup for all three. So it's not like they can only choose one for the whole year. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. If you do, you will automatically be enrolled into a monthly raffle. This month's winner will get to pay Busch Stadium's electric bill for 1 month. So don't miss out on that. If you have any conflicting opinions, please share them with me in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, go Cards.
Do you know the way? Know the way? Know the way? Know the way? Know the way?